Welcome student to the new topic of our aldehyde, ketone and carboxylic acid chapter, and that is nomenclature. Up till now we know that how the nomenclature is very important in organic chemistry. We studied the two systems of the naming, that is trivial names, common names and IUPAC names. Here we have to do two different topics like naming for aldehyde and carboxylic acid one, and another one is nomenclature for the ketones. Nomenclature for the ketones, because that system is somewhat different than these two. Okay, so we are going to study it afterwards. And for the aldehyde and carboxylic acid, it is nearly same. That's why I make it in the two parts. That is the nomenclature in for the aldehyde and carboxylic acids, and then the nomenclature for the ketones. First thing is the trivial name. What is the we call as a common name. Okay, so this we have to remember, which I explained it before also. Common names are generally from their characteristics or their properties or something which we know in Latin or something like that. Though based upon that, these are the common names. Okay, and then here it is, name of the aldehydes are based upon the names of corresponding carboxylic acids. This is again important. Okay, so they are two are related to each other. Aldehyde and carboxylic acids are related to each other, and their rules are also very common. That's why, and in our textbook it is given in the form of paragraphs, but I think like just like our 11th standard, I give you notes here in the form of points 1 2 3 and so on, like this. Okay, so please pay your attention. What is the trivial name or common names? The trivial names of aldehyde based upon the names of carboxylic acids, and the trivial names of the carboxylic acids are often derived from Latin names of their original natural sources. This is very important. Original natural sources. Okay. Now for example, formic acid is obtained from red ants, and red ants are called formica. Red ants called formica, and the whatever the acid present from red ant, which is known as formic acid. So formica gives us formic acid. And corresponding one carbon aldehyde. What is that one carbon aldehyde? One carbon aldehyde is nothing but, this is our aldehydic group, and here it is H. Only one carbon is there. One carbon. Okay. Then this is known as, this one carbon is known as formaldehyde. This is known as formaldehyde. Acetic acid is obtained from acetum. Acetum means vinegar in Latin. Okay, and that's why this is acetic acid. We know the acetic acid very well. Acetic acid is nothing but our CH3 C double bond OOH. This is our acetic acid. Acetic acid. Two carbons are there. One and two. Two carbons are there. This is acetic acid. Okay. And then the corresponding two carbon aldehyde is known as acetaldehyde. What is that? CH3 C double bond OH. This is our acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde. Are you getting this thing? Acetic acid, acetaldehyde. Okay. Then propionic acid is from basic fat. From which acid we are, that acids are known as a fat, so we call as a basic fat, and this is nothing but first fat. Till that formic acid, acetic acid, they are not fats. Okay, but from the propionic acid we are calling them as a fat, and corresponding 3 carbon aldehyde is known as propanaldehyde. So as I explained you before, from this chapter or from this functional group, that is dash C double bond O carbonyl group, we have to count this carbon also in nomenclature. Okay, and that's why here I am mentioning 3 carbon aldehyde is known as propanaldehyde. Basic alkane is propane. Okay, and derivative of aldehyde of that propane is propanaldehyde. Are you getting this thing? Next one is butyric acid. Next one is butyric acid. Each from butter. Butterum means butter. Butterum means butter. And this from the butterum, this term is there, that is the butyric acid. And corresponding 4 carbon aldehyde is known as butyraldehyde. 4 carbon. So this is the 4 carbon chain, and here it is aldehyde, and so this is our butyraldehyde. Okay, 4 carbon butyraldehyde, which is known as butyraldehyde. Getting this? This is all for trivial names of aldehydes as well as carboxylic acids. Trivial names for carboxylic acids and aldehydes. Now next one is for IUPAC. This is very important. International Union of Pure Applied Chemistry. This is one of the institute, and which decides according to rules the nomenclature, which is known as IUPAC nomenclature. Few teachers call it as IUPAC nomenclature. It's okay, fine. I am saying it is IUPAC names. Okay, for aldehydes and carboxylic acids. Okay, now see, here the important thing is that in our textbook it is in the form of paragraphs. I make this in the form of points or bullets. Okay, so what is that? First of all, just like we studied in the 11th standard, we have to think about the longest continuous carbon chain containing CHO group dash CHO group, which is nothing but aldehyde, and dash COH, which is nothing but carboxylic, group. You have to select as a parent alkane. You have to select as a parent alkane or parent hydrocarbon. Means in that chain there should be CHO as well as there should be COH. Okay. Then this chain numbering starting with CHO and COH. As we know that functional groups always having first priority. These are always having first priority, functional groups. Okay, and that's why we have to give starting number to this CHO and COH. See now here, for example, okay, you have to select the longest continuous chain. Okay, now in this chain there are 4 carbons, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 carbons. So the parent hydrocarbon is 4 carbons, so parent hydrocarbon is butane. Here it is carboxylic acid group, so this is COH group, that is the carboxylic acid group. So this is our acid, and which is known as butanoic acid. What is that? This E, the next rule is that this E is replaced by OIC. E is replaced by OIC. That is the next rule. The ending E from corresponding alkane is replaced by Al in alkanal, and OIC acid by in carboxylic acid as a alkanoic acid. So this is our butanoic acid. E is replaced by OIC. While if there is a functional group CHO, then we have to count from this 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to count carbon of the functional group in the order. So 1, 2, 3, 4 in the series. And so 4 carbons. So 4 carbons, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is our parent hydrocarbon is butane, while this E is replaced by Al. From aldehyde, we take here Al. Okay. So this is ending with Al. E is replaced by Al. And 4, so this is known as butanol. Okay. This is known as butanol. This is our first, second and third rule. Okay. Next one is fourth rule. What is that fourth rule? The fourth rule is that the positions of other substituents, if any, if there are if any other substituents, then those are indicated by separate numbers. Those are indicated by separate numbers. Just like we studied the branch aliphatic compounds, or we studied alcohols, or we studied alkyl halides, or we studied phenols. Just like that, if there is any other substituent, then it is indicated by separate numbers. Indicated by separate numbers. Now see the example. Okay, this is COOH, means this is the example of carboxylic acid. We have to select the longest continuous chain which contains this functional group. So 1, 2, 3 is the longest continuous chain, or 1, 2, 3, this is also the longest continuous chain, but both the chains are having same number of carbon atoms. These are 3, so you can select any one. Okay, that doesn't make any difference. So I am selecting this one which contains this COH, 1, 2, 3. So 3 carbons, so the basic parent hydrocarbon is propane. E is replaced by OIC, so the name is now propionic acid. Now what is the next? If there any substituent. Yes, in this example there is one more substituent, and this is the substituent. If I am going to select this is the longest continuous chain, then this is the substituent. Okay. Now where is this substituent? You have to start numbering from the functional group. You have to give lowest possible number to the functional group. So I numbered this 1, 2, 3. I didn't number like 1, 2, 3 in this way. This is wrong. This numbering is correct. So now on the second carbon, here it is methyl group. So I am mentioning here 2-methyl and then propionic acid. Getting this thing? See, on the both the way on the position there is 2, 2. Okay, but you have to start the lowest possible number to the functional group. So the numbering is this. The workout if we have to do for the IUPAC nomenclature, then you have to show like this, not in this way. Okay, this should have lowest possible number. Okay, and that's why I taken another example. So that is for the aldehyde. Okay, now this is 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to consider this carbon in a chain, and we have to, as it is a functional group, we have to give is the lowest possible number to this, and this is a chain of 4, means the basic parent hydrocarbon is butane. This is aldehyde, so this A is replaced by Al, so this become butanol. We have to numbering from this way, so this is 1, 2, 3. On the third carbon there is a methyl group, so this is 3-methyl butanol. 3-methyl butanol. Here it is the most important is our this functional group. The priority of this functional group is first, then this substituent. So though from this end this substituent is going to have number 2, but that is wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, we cannot count it like this. We should count like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. The first priority 2 is the functional group, and the lowest possible number you have to give to the functional group carbon. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and the compound is now 3-methyl butanol. Al. E is replaced by Al. You have to write in a continuous manner. There should not be gap here like this. This is my mistake. Okay, you should not write here gap. It should be continuous like this. Methyl propionic acid. So methyl butanol. There should not be gap. Okay, make a correction over here. It should be written in a connective form. This is 3-methyl butanol. Okay, this is all up to this 4th rule. Now next one is 5th rule. This is, we studied somewhat in alcohols also. Okay, that is, if two haldehydes or acid groups are present in the compound at the two ends of the chain, the ending E of alkane is retained. This is very important. Ending E is retained. Up till now we replace this E But if there are more than one, means aldehyde groups are two or acid groups are two, then we have to retain this E and the suffix dial. Di means two, al is from aldehyde group, dial or dioic. Di means two, OIC means the carboxylic acid, so this is dioic acid is added to the name of the parent alkane. To the name of the parent alkane. So what is that? See now. These are the example. This is the two carboxylic acid group attached to each other. Okay. Two carbons means this is the derivative of ethane. This is a derivative of ethane. And in this ethane there are the two carboxylic acid groups COH and COH. So we retain this E of the ethane and we wrote here dioic acid. Dioic acid. We retain E. Please remember, we retain E. We not replace this E. We not substitute something new at the place of E. We retain this E. In examination, in national level examinations for NEET or JEE, they always ask which is exceptionals. Okay, not common names they are going to ask you. Common means in general way we are using, that way common, not trivial meaning the common. Okay, then here common name of these two carboxylic acid is the oxalic acid, which is very different than this one. Okay, now if I am going to consider this two aldehyde group, then again two member carbon compound is there. So this is the derivative of ethane. So we retain this ethane as it is. We retain this E and we add their dial. 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 Di means two. Al means aldehyde. So two aldehyde groups, that is dial. Now as we know that aldehydes names, common names are from the acids. This is the common name of the two carbon compound, this two carbon carboxylic acid, that is oxalic acid. So the name or common name is also from this oxalic acid, and that is oxaldehyde. Oxaldehyde. One more name we studied in 11th standard, that is glyxol. That is the addition of O3. We studied in 11th standard, and there we get this product glyxol. Okay, but the from the oxalic acid name is oxaldehyde. Next rule, that is in IUPAC nomenclature, an alicyclic compound in which CHO group is attached directly, remember this word, CHO group is attached directly to the ring, then it is named as carbaldehyde. What is alicyclic compounds? Alicyclic compounds means cyclopropane, cyclobutane, cyclopentane. Just give trace on your memory. These all things we studied in 11th standard. Then this is cyclohexane. Then this is our cycloheptane. This is our cycloheptane. Okay. Cyclopropane, cyclobutane, cyclopentane, cyclohexane, cycloheptane. All such type of compounds are known as alicyclic compound. There is no double bond. All are connected to each other by the single bond. Only the thing is that they form cycles. So this is known as cyclic compound. Aliphatic cyclic compounds, the short form is alicyclic compound. Okay, all they are saturated bonds. So alicyclic compound in which CHO group is directly attached to this, then the ring, then it is named as carbaldehyde. Up till now we are saying aldehyde, simple aldehyde. Okay, but now we have to add this more 4 alphabet, that is CARB, carb, that is carbaldehyde. Okay, and if COH group is attached, then the name as carboxylic acids, which is we use so many times up till now, carboxylic, carboxylic, carboxylic. This is that carboxylic. Okay, In this situation, the suffix carbaldehyde or carboxylic acid is added after the full name of the parent cycloalkane. Parent cycloalkane means what? If the parent cycloalkane is cyclohexane, okay, cyclohexane, this cyclohexane, and there is directly attached COOH, this is attached directly to the COOH, to the this ring, then we have to use this cyclohexane word, okay, and their suffix is carboxylic acid, suffix is carboxylic acid, okay. Cyclohexane word, we took the whole name we use as it is cyclohexane, and to that only we add carboxylic acid. This is IUPAC name. Common name, just like alkyl groups, ethyl, methyl, we make as a cyclohexyl. Or if you are going to write cyclohexane carboxylic acid, both the way common and IUPAC may be same. That doesn't make any difference. But to know that it is different, we are over here written as a hexyl group. Okay. There is no any significance of this one. You may write cyclohexane carboxylic acid as a IUPAC name, or you may write cyclohexane carboxylic acid as a common or trivial name. Both the way it is same, and it is not going to cut your marks. Okay. But now in case of aldehyde group, okay, aldehyde group, here it is IUPAC, then you have to add this carb word, because this CHO is directly attached to alicyclic, that is the cyclohexane. So this is cyclohexane carbaldehyde. While in common or trivial name, this is this cyclohexane aldehyde. There is no carb word. Carboxylic acid, we have to use word carb everywhere for this group. Carboxylic acid group. We commonly say this is the carboxylic acid group. We are not going to say oxalic acid group. We are not going to say only organic acid group. We are commonly say it is a carboxylic acid group. Is that clear? So now suppose this is our alicyclic compound. What is this? Yes, what is this? This is nothing but cyclopentane. Cyclopentane. Up till now, when we are going to add any functional group like this, in previous cases we had seen, now this is directly attached to this, then now the name of this compound is, IUPAC name is cyclopentane carbaldehyde. Cyclopentane carbaldehyde. And if I are going to write, this is IUPAC, if I are going to write common or trivial name, then this is cyclopentane. Now not necessary to use this carb, over here. We are just going to write aldehyde here, aldehyde. So this is cyclopentane carbaldehyde in IUPAC, and this is cyclopentane aldehyde in a trivial name. Is that clear? Everything is clear? Okay. Then next is now for substituted aromatic aldehydes. Substituted aromatic aldehydes. Okay. Substituted aromatic aldehydes and carboxylic acids. Substituted. This is the very important now. Substituted aromatic aldehydes and carboxylic acids. What is the rule is there? When two or more different functional groups are attached to a ring, the higher priority group, okay, this priority series we studied in chapter number 14 in 11th standard, okay, is given lower number. Okay, means what? The higher priority group should have lower number. When CHO group appears as a substituent prefix, it's a formyl. This is again one more thing we are going to study in this our chapter. This is new for us. So please pay your attention towards this. This CHO groups is also known as prefix when we are writing prefix as a formyl in a IUPAC name. In a IUPAC name. Okay. Now see. First of all, we will see this thing. Priority group. Priority group. Okay. Now if there are COOH and CHO, then COH is having more priority than CHO. You can check your 11th standard book. You can check your 11th standard book. As this is having higher priority than this, carboxylic acid group is having a higher priority than aldehyde group, then it should have number 1. It should have number 1, the lowest number. This is the lower number. It should have lower number, higher priority. So I write over here 1, and then for the CHO automatically it comes 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You cannot go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 number is quite bigger than 2, and our Locant rule tells us that we should select the lowest possible number. So this is 2 and this is 1. So what is the name? And when we are writing this aldehyde group first, okay, as a substituent, then it should be written as a formyl group. We are not going to write al or aldehyde or something like that. It should be written as a formyl when we used in IUPAC as a prefix. Means before the name is a prefix. Okay. After the name, this position is of the suffix. Okay. This I explain in 11th standard very well. So this is the prefix, that is the formyl. CHO group is known as a formyl. So I wrote over here formyl. Where it is this located? This located from this COH on the second position. So I write over here 2. So this is 2-formyl. And what is this compound? This is nothing but benzoic acid. See, this is nothing but benzoic acid. Okay. So this is 2-formyl benzoic acid. Another example. Here are the COH is the functional group which is having higher priority. So the parent compound is now carboxylic acid. Benzene ring means this is now the benzoic acid. Benzene ring attached to COH, this is benzoic acid. Then we have to look after these two substituents. Okay. Again these two substituents, there is a hydroxy group is having more priority than this the methyl group. Means OH is having more priority than the R alkyl group. That's why we have to give numbering like this. We should not start from here 1, 2, then 3, then 4, then 5 like that. This is the wrong way of giving numbering. You should start from this end. This is the lowest possible number. Then this substituent should have lowest possible number, and then this substituent. So this is the hydroxy group. So I am writing over here or written over here hydroxy group. This is on the third carbon. So this is 3 hydroxy, 4 methyl, and the whole basic hydrocarbon is, yes, benzoic acid. So this is here benzoic acid. These two are substituents and their priority is like this. So this is 3 hydroxy, 4 methyl benzoic acid. Another example of the aldehyde. Okay. Now see here. Here it is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now see here. Both the way, though this OH is having higher priority than this alkyl group, both the way this is having number 4. Please pay attention. This is very important. Both the way this is having 4. Okay. Means this OH is not having any other position than 4. Okay. But now, as I am saying, OH is having more priority than this R. But This R, if we are going to write in this way, 1, 2, 3, this is 4, then this is 5, then the substituent will have that the locant, according to locant rule, this substituent have more number, higher number, and then this is wrong. Then this is wrong. And that's why we should numbering in this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the right way. Clockwise numbering is the right way, not anti-clockwise. Because OH is not playing any other different role in clockwise or anti-clockwise. Both way it will have 4 number. But the lowest locant rule, according to lowest locant rule, we should give the lowest number 3, not 5. So I am numbering this in the clockwise direction. And so the name of the compound is here 4-hydroxy 3-methyl benzaldehyde. What is this? This is our benzene. Benzene. Okay. Benzene. And this E, now here benzene, this E now replace over here by aldehyde group, and so this is benzaldehyde. See now, what is this? Benzene attached to aldehyde group, so this is benzaldehyde. This is our benzaldehyde, 4-hydroxy 3-methyl benzaldehyde. Getting this point? Now for the ketone nomenclature, the system is totally different other than aldehyde and carboxylic acid. So we will see that nomenclature of ketones in the next lecture. Okay. See you, student. Bye.